Louise Belcher. Businesswoman.
My office hours aren't till this afternoon, Philip.
Entrepreneur. Mastermind.
So, here's what we're gonna do.
Wearer of pink bunny ears.
Dad, 2 beers! They're for my ears!
Louise has put together many schemes in her life. Today we will go through some of Louise's most effective plans, her not so effective plans, and her kinda effective plans. Let's get into it.
All right, we're doing this. Tina, are you in? You want ice cream?
What's the worst part about school?
I can't go to school today.
Why?
Going to it and having to learn stuff. What if you could go to a place during school where you didn't have to do anything? Well, with one forged signed permission slip, Louise gets her and her siblings an independent study class where they are allowed to do whatever they want. Unfortunately, this is short-lived because Linda catches them and starts teaching the class personally, so technically this plan isn't effective.
Not cool!
Also, Louise threw her poop into a pool, so it was still a pretty great day.
Wow, looks like a candy bar.
Thank you.
Every Friday at Moo's Clues, they give out a free scoop of ice cream for every customer. Unfortunately, the free ice cream giveaway starts during the time the kids would have to run the mile, so by the time they'd get there, all the ice cream would be gone.
No! Why?
So Louise devises a plan where the kids hide their bikes in the bushes, start running the mile, use the hidden bikes to get ice cream, and then sneak back into running the mile, and doing all of this in under 20 minutes. The plan is working perfectly until Gene's bike chain falls off and he's caught by Mr. Frann and forced to actually run the mile.
I say we go forward. For Gene.
No, how's that for Gene?
The others push along and get the ice cream, but Louise feels guilty and takes the leftover scoops from everyone's ice cream to create a mega scoop to bring back to Gene. The kids catch up to Gene, who was actually determined to finish the mile instead of stopping, but unfortunately, they all get caught by Courtney's dad and Mr. Frann. Gene finishes the mile and eats the mega scoop ice cream for celebration, but Louise and her crew have to make up the mile at a later date. Louise's plan succeeded in getting herself and her crew some of that sweet, sweet cream of ice, but they ended up having to run the mile anyway, so this plan is not fully successful.
I mean, I'm being nice, but good effort.
Let's go through a plan where Louise is trying to help someone else. Zeke gets detention and his dad says if he gets it one more time, then he's off to reform school. But Zeke might already be doomed because during his detention, he threw wet toilet paper onto the ceiling to spell a mega bad word.
Whoa. That really is every swear word put together.
Louise decides to offer a plan to help Zeke. She tells them about a plan she's been developing to sneak 1 million crickets into school, but could easily be switched to help one singular Zeke. They'd go to a back window at school on Saturday, push a dumpster in front of the window, and get Arnold Evans, a very small student in a karate outfit, to sneak in and let them all in. The plan works well, but like many plans, it doesn't survive first contact, and the kids have to adjust on the fly. They conquer wax floors, steal a ladder, avoid Mr. Frann and Mr. Bronca, take down the bad word, and climb through the ceiling to escape. But they all do it without getting caught, so mission successful. A good business person sees a need in the world and works to fill it. A better business person finds someone else to do the work for them, and that's just what Louise does. She decides to hire her siblings to make paintings for her to sell at the local art crawl, and she is a tough boss.
Time's up! Paintbrushes down! Stop talking! Start working!
But with sacrifice comes reward, because the plan ends up being so lucrative that she's able to pay the damages her dad created when he painted a bunch of anuses over top of some of the art at the shop reflections. And if any of that is confusing to you, then...
Oh my! I feel like I could fall into this one.
Let's move on to some of Louise's more elaborate schemes. Instead of making their grandparents a crappy Christmas gift, Louise tells her siblings about an urban legend of a hidden ceramic room at school, and they rush to find it. This search leads them on a wild goose chase, from interviewing teachers, a librarian, following a maker of a coffee cup, having to use actual power tools to break into a wall during school, getting caught by Mr. Frann, and uncovering an old plot by Mr. Frann to rig an election. In the end, they find the ceramics room, but decide to use the room to build their parents an authentic new gift. So that's a pretty effective plan, even if they didn't use the room as they originally intended to.
Hey, Dad, where's the gift we made you?
You mean this wet clump of clay?
Did you know that there are actually 8 wonders of the world instead of 7?
What?
The missing wonder of the world is the mythical Closet of Confiscation, located at Wagstaff Middle School, and Louise wants in. So, she wins the Principal of the Day contest for that sole purpose. Frann tries to tell her that she has no power, but Louise breaks into the principal's office. Once she does that, she makes a deal with Miss Schnurr to get some official principal letterhead. Then the real work begins. She creates various new rules like
Double recess, no more study hall.
And double lunch.
It's Wacky Hat Day.
Yes!
Oh, and PE will now be Sensual Reggae Dance Hour.
What's even crazier is that all of these changes end up making the students' grades go up. Even better, Mr. Front ends up being replaced by a worse guidance counselor. But our sweet old Louise has a change of heart because she doesn't want Mr. Front to be fired. So instead of playing with the things in the Closet of Confiscation, she comes up with another plan to get him to keep his job. This is a pretty impressive and effective scheme because her plan involved rising to the highest power in school, staging a mini coup with Miss Schnurr, instituting multiple executive orders, and finding a way to keep Mr. Fran's job. All in a day's work for our future President Louise. Let's get into Louise's more vengeful plans. Louise's bunny ears mean the world to her, and when Logan steals them, she tries desperately to get him back. She bribes him, she stalks him, and even tells his parents, but none of it works. Logan tells Louise he threw the ears in the trash, which means they've been incinerated. So Louise cashes in the one-eyed snake card, a local biker gang, to come rough Logan up. The results are intense. Turns out threats do get you results. Guess Batman was right.
I have a $70,000 sliver of radioactive meteor to stop the one from Metropolis.
Linda decides to use their apartment as a bed and breakfast, which means she needs to use Louise's room for one of the guest rooms.
Mother, this isn't happening, right?
To get Teddy, who is staying in her room, to leave, Louise sprays Teddy's face with the synthetic queen beetle pheromones and then covers his face in beetles. Teddy doesn't mind his face being literally covered in beetles, but reveals that what really bothers him is mascots.
Oh, hello. You have costume characters, right?
What occurs next is the most brutal mascot fight I've ever seen. A lot of people got hurt, and pretty much no one will ever go to Linda's B&B again, but Louise got Teddy out of her room, so mission accomplished. Let's go to a revenge plot where Louise is doing revenge on behalf of someone else. Jean loves playing the drum machine in the music store, but eventually gets banned from the store, which makes Louise pretty mad. Jean tells Louise not to do anything, but Louise is determined to make this man pay.
I'm John Wick, and Jean is my puppy.
She gets Tina, the Pesto Kids, and Zeke to play a bunch of loud music in order to annoy the guy to let Jean back in, but the guy institutes a rule that
no one under 14 can demo any of the instruments!
Once again, Jean tells Louise to back off, but she won't, and she preps a glitter box to launch on the guy, but before she can enact the plan, Jean challenges the guy to a drum-off, and Jean loses, like really badly.
Good effort, though. It was just like a kid going up against an adult.
Since he fought so well, the guy says he can come in once every month to play the drum machine. What's nice about this plan is Louise learns that she should never let her thirst for vengeance get in the way of what her loved ones actually want. Good on you, Louise. Just because the plan failed doesn't mean you can't learn from it.
I could chill out a little bit, maybe.
Did we miss any of your favorite Louise schemes? Let us know in the comments. Before you go, I want to point out that we all love when plans go right. But if your plans don't work out, don't worry about it. You'll adjust and figure it out in the end. You've got this. Have a great day, and check out more Screen Rant videos below.
Well, guys, we had a good run. I mean, we didn't actually run, but you know what I mean.